Thanks for joining us. Welcome to Jits Quips. Okay, touch and go. Alright, so we've got Reece Shake Shaft and Lou Dog. Match.
Lou's a white belt.
Yeah, Lou's a white belt.
How long have you been training for?
6 to 8 months now, I think.
Oh, nice.
I think Reece transitioned to mount pretty quick there.
Yeah, mount straight away. So Lou has been on the show before a couple of times. We Shark Tanked him last time he was on. I think it was a 10-minute Shark Tank, 2 minutes per person.
Baptism of fire.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. Yeah. We're all going to try and strangle you for 10 minutes now.
Yeah. He loves it though. Like he was so buzzing after the Shark Tank. And then he's just competed in role models. Reece Shake Shaft transitioning to...
Going for an S mount there.
Is that S mount?
It's a triangle.
Trying to go for a top mounted triangle in here. I think he's still got his left arm underneath there, is he? Or?
Yeah, and isn't mounted triangle tougher to get than from guard?
I think it is, but I suppose it just depends.
He just hasn't got his arm across the other side, has he? That's the issue.
Yeah.
You can still finish it, but especially with the configuration of his legs here, you can't triangle them off properly, can he?
No.
I hope it wasn't that Lou wanted to tap, but he just didn't have any hands free, like.
Fucking hell.
So Reece showing no mercy.
No.
He's out anyway.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, nice.
Taking the back.
That's sunk in. Is that a tap? Yep. Welcome to Jits Quips. Today we've got Jack McLeod, we've got Gaz, and we've got Reece as well. So thanks for coming on, gentlemen.
It's alright, mate.
Thanks for having me back,
Thanks
mate.
for having us.
No worries. So, Gaz, I wonder if, we don't have to do this, but I wonder if when we're going to do a segment called Show and Tell. I'll tell you all about that in a second, but when we do that, would you be interested in like one of us putting you in that position and just seeing?
Oh, can I do it?
We went with the pressure one. Yeah. You're the best person to do it, right? So, and then see how you would.
How long it takes you to get out?
That.
Starting to see what this podcast is about.
Yeah.
That's what.
You're not allowed to tap. You just have an unlimited amount of time to escape that position, and I've got to not let you.
As long as someone wakes me up afterwards, yeah, that's sound. Yeah, I'm up for that. Yeah.
Well, Reece made a little prediction for this show before when we were talking. Should I say?
Yeah. What was it? Go on.
You think you're going to go out this episode?
Go out.
Yeah, he's predicted that he's going to get put to sleep.
Oh.
He's willing to go all the way. He's ready for it.
Yeah.
No one's been asleep on him before, have they? So
Or maybe I shouldn't have said that. So just let you
He's like, I'm not going to tap. Okay, don't then. That's fine.
So yeah, we might do that.
at least you know I'm going to let you submit me.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
Exactly.
Yeah, we're going to play my game. That's good. Jiu-jitsu.
Your game, yeah. So we had you on recently, guys, and I thought I wanted to know that. So I'm aware that you were in the military.
Yeah, I had a small period in my early 20s. I was a reservist. Yeah.
A reservist.
Yeah.
Is that army?
Yeah, engineers. Yeah. I went out and was in Iraq 2004.
Iraq 2004. Okay.
I was free.
Pardon?
Cheers, mate.
What was that?
He was
I said
3.
I was 3.
Wow.
Was you 3 in 2004?
Yeah,
Fair.
Shit.
And I'm aware that you played rugby as well.
Yeah.
So I wanted to know, also BJJ is like your first venture into combat sports.
Yeah.
So I wanted to know if in before you started BJJ combat sports, if you had ever had any argy-bargy, or like in the army, did you?
I mean, that was a bit of a big deal on the streets.
Bit of a big deal on the streets.
No, I had no experience with combat sports at all. Nothing. The only combat or physical sport was just rugby. That was it.
Rugby.
I mean, about like mills in rugby.
But now he does
Couple of
jiu-jitsu.
scraps.
He's going to be an Ed in a few years.
Yeah.
Telling you.
Yeah, representing 40 pluses. But yeah, I just like
On the
quick
street.
fights. Nothing. I wouldn't call them fights. You just close your eyes.
Just one and done for Gaz. Just
Yeah, but I've done nothing. No experience at all.
And that was like rugby, right?
Yeah, rugby. The wife. I've had a few. The wife.
lost them.
Lost a couple.
That's why he's still together.
A couple of knockouts.
So I wanted to know, like, it was rugby, right? We spoke about it before.
Yeah.
So you said like on the rugby pitch, like it would like kick off every now and again.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
It's part of the culture of rugby, I guess.
I suppose. Yeah, I suppose it is. It gets a bit heated. I mean, lock horns and might be a bit of grabbing and shoving, but.
Was there like a sort of unspoken like etiquette when you did do that? Like you're just gonna have a little scrap and then walk away and carry on with the match.
Well, you say it's a thug's game played by gentlemen, isn't it, rugby?
Okay.
So yeah, generally we have a pint afterwards and we'll talk about
Kind of
it.
like ice hockey.
Ice hockey.
Lay it all out on the
Yeah,
ice.
they.
Oh no,
do
they because they're not allowed to scrap. You're not allowed.
Yeah, they encourage
You know what I
it.
mean?
They encourage it.
That's crazy, that, isn't it?
Yeah, I went to New York once and I went to a New York Rangers game in Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was like a quiet. I didn't know the concept of ice hockey, never been. And yeah, just stopped and these guys got to let everyone. Yeah. Even the music came on. And I was like, wow, this is brilliant.
Oh, that's unbelievable.
Let's get ready to
yeah,
rumble
yeah.
comes on. You think, what the fuck's
What is it
going on
called
here?
again? Is it loons or something like that? I can't
Oh,
remember.
goons.
Goons, that's
Yeah.
it, yeah.
The one who can skate a bit, but he's shit at hockey.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
can just
He
scrap.
You can tell, he's like that, isn't he? Get him on.
Oh, man,
It's
that's class.
it's part of the rules though, isn't it? It's like part of the game that fight. Like there's rules to it, and I don't know what the rules are, but I think it's like literally part of the game. They don't just let them do it.
Yeah,
Could
it's the
definitely
best
be
bit.
used as like a tactic, couldn't it?
Yeah.
You know, to like
Get rid of the
upset
best
the
player.
momentum of the other
Yeah,
team
yeah.
or something. Yeah, get rid of the best player or whatever, you know. So mental
That is
tough.
mental. Yeah.
Going back to rugby though, like rugby's tough. There's so many guys in here, or quite a few guys which played rugby previously, and people I know, and so many of them have got like destroyed shoulders, knees, you know,
Yeah.
some bad injuries.
Yeah, I said it.
Past the rugby.
I honestly meant it as well. I'd trade 20 years of rugby if I'd just done this jiu-jitsu.
From the
I
start.
think so, yeah. With
You'd
the
have
injuries
rather
and
have
stuff
done
like
jiu-jitsu?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so, yeah. I mean, I've got like really good friends with rugby and stuff, and we've had some good times. But
Yeah,
my
especially
body's- my
like
body's
in the
done
showers
in.
after the match.
That's it.
Yeah, and all them
That's
pints of
it. The
piss that
baths.
you wouldn't have
As
had
soon as
to
you
drink.
stop the shared baths, it went crap rugby. To be honest with you.
We're gonna get showers here.
Are we?
So I've heard.
Wow,
right.
Allegedly,
that'd be alright, wouldn't it?
it'd be good.
I think I'd move.
I think there's a few in the shower here as well.
that couch is alright for a little kip.
So while we're on loving jiu-jitsu, like wanting to trade it, I thought of a little segment as well that we could do is so every week I want to think of another reason why I love jiu-jitsu. So we did it last week as well, or a couple of weeks
What
ago.
was your reason last week?
I went off on one about it, so you'll have to watch the...
Well, one time I was on loads of mushrooms, and what I was thinking is...
Yeah, like we were supposed to do just a little short like quip, and then I ended up speaking for like 15 minutes. And then I
It's been off on a tangent.
yeah,
It happens.
I'll watch that definitely.
yeah. Last episode's called "Why We Love Jiu-Jitsu." Why you love jiu-jitsu. So, but I thought one reason is that it's primitive. So like the world we live in today, it's so technologically advanced. Well, we think it is, right? But there's technology everywhere. But jiu-jitsu is like it's like an ancient practice. Like combat is an ancient practice. Like we did it before we were humans, right? We fight with each other. So the fact that it's like you don't need any technology, you just need your body. So I feel like it's a primitive sport where you're using only the things that we've evolved to use. So that was my reason.
I think my favourite thing is like there's no chance with it. Like it's say boxing. If I boxed for years. If we have a boxing match now, and even though it's only like a very, very, very small chance that you would land the knockout blow, there's still obviously the puncher's chance. Now, don't be wrong, obviously, as the skill level increases and the like disparity in skill gets bigger, it gets harder and harder and harder for somebody to land that like lucky blow, if you like. Whereas in Jiu Jitsu, I feel like if you've got someone who's trained Jiu Jitsu for even 3, 4, 5 years, and you take someone who's a complete novice, who's never done it before, and you say, submit me, try as hard as you can, they've got absolutely no chance. I think it's like, it's such like a, I don't know how to say it, it's very like definite. I could say, without a doubt, no matter who you bring in, the biggest, scariest person who's
bodybuilder,
never trained jiu-jitsu in their life, got no appreciation of wrestling, no pedigree, nothing like that, there is zero chance that he'd submit me. And you can say that confidently because it's like, it's such a like, well, definite sport. Like there's no chances with it. So say like I roll with Harry, if I rolled with him 100 times, I would submit him 0 times. Even though I've been training for a reasonable amount of time, he's just, the skill disparity is just that far that there's no chance that I would catch him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
you almost preempt stuff, don't you? Because
Yeah.
your body recognises positions and movements, and that's what I love about it. You know, as the more you develop and get into it, someone comes in a complete novice, you can understand the movements. You don't have to certain positions. You've got so many go-tos, and that's what I love about it more. And the more and more you go along, you think,
I think that can make it hard though sometimes. I think, you know, if you've got someone who doesn't do what they're supposed to do.
Yeah. Well, I've only got like one movement in my armory anyway, so if you don't get to that, I think I'm just watching the clock.
That's the tap in it. I think that ties in with Greg, what he was saying before. I think with it being primitive, it's primitive, but I wouldn't say it's like natural. I think a lot of jiu-jitsu is unnatural movements and things that, like, when you first start doing jiu-jitsu, you're doing natural movements of what you think is going to get you out of that bad situation, but most of the time it's the total opposite of what you should be doing. Like, and that's probably why people who've never trained before would get absolutely smoked by people who do train. Even if it's only a little bit, if you've got an understanding of the basics and you bring someone in who's never even watched the UFC or never even like watched jiu-jitsu or don't understand it at all, and you're like, okay, get on the mats and try your hardest to submit me, they got no chance. They might hurt you or get you into like some uncomfortable positions if they're like well bigger than you, but I don't know, I just feel like there's just no chance. We have a joke around in work every now and then, and there's some lads, like, obviously people know that we train jiu-jitsu, and there's some lads which don't train jiu-jitsu, and we're always, as you guys probably do the same to your friends, like, oh, you should come down, give it a go, like, it's good. And they joke around, they're like, oh, I don't want to come down, just submit you, you know, like, I'll come down, like, everyone always does it, and then, like, we always joke about it, and I was like, you come down, I will let you start on my back with your arm around my neck. And
I bet you still don't
submit me. That you still don't submit me, and they can't comprehend. They think it's dead cocky and arrogant, and it is to a sense, like, but to us it's like, it's not, because we understand and it's like, but they just can't comprehend it, man. It's quite funny, really.
It's funny that you said that you think, like, compared to boxing, like with boxing there is an outside chance, puncher's luck or
like natural given, like the thing
aggressions.
is well, some people just crack really hard, mate. Like, just naturally, some people have just got that type of like build where they hit you and you know you've been hit. They could have never thrown a punch in their life, and then you see them hit pads and you're like, wow, what is going on there? Because some people just have God-given power, and it's just one of them things. Whereas you can be as big and as strong as you want in jiu-jitsu. There's loads of people in the gym who are well bigger and stronger than me, and they don't submit me. And it's not like a cocky thing. There's people who are bigger than me who absolutely obliterate me, but it's only on skill level. Like, they can be stronger than you, and like that's fine. But if they're well stronger than you, but they're not better than you, like skill-wise, they got no chance.
Yeah. I guess it comes down to mobility, like your ability to move around someone, because you don't need like strength to do it, do you? You need mobility,
Yeah.
Technique, innit?
Technique, mobility,
technique, agility.
So like BJJ's is refined, right? So now being able to pass on information the way we can, the communication era, it's becoming more and more refined. But like, so what I was saying about it being primitive is like humans have always like locked horns. We've always like fought in some way or another, and I'm guessing that like along the human history there've been mates that like mates scrap. They don't really like hit each other or anything.
Like, does this hurt when I bend your arm this way? Nah, not really. Yeah. Oh, it does if you go that way though. You know, like that sort of stuff. Yeah. That's probably how it started, and then it's just developed, and then obviously people have coined stuff as, oh, that's a submission, oh, that's a submission, you know what I mean? Because that puts you in a position where you have to submit to me. So it's probably where it grew from.
Yeah, it's probably becoming more refined as well. So you're like seeing the younger generation or people like you coming up, and you're gonna be onto everything that everyone already else was, and then like get ahead of the game younger.
I think as well, though, with what you're saying about like refining of jiu-jitsu, it's mad because it always seems to go in cycles.
Yeah.
So like everyone was going for leg locks, and then everyone was going for like heavy top pressure, and then everyone was like going back to like arm locks and stuff like that, and it always just goes in this cycle where each time it's one thing gets added to it, and it's still the same stuff that's been getting done for years and years and years, and then one new thing will get thrown in the mix.
Like it was Berimbolo as well for a bit, wasn't it? I think I heard someone say that when they were talking about it.
Just everyone inverting.
Everyone inverting, yeah. I was wondering that if like everyone knows that kind of part of jiu-jitsu, right? I was wondering if it's like the top level guys, once that say like that fashionable thing or the thing that's being used at the moment, since being used and everyone's onto it, then they have to think of not new tactics, but go to like refine a different tactic so that they can go into the competition. Their opponents don't know what they're going to do, and then everyone gets onto it. Everyone starts like training for that. So it always, like you said, goes around in circles.
So if all that you had was a leg lock from one position, and I could do everything else other than that, I know exactly what you're going for. Whereas if you've got a leg lock, a bit of a back game, bit of top game, bit of this, bit of that, it's harder to predict what you're going to do and what you're going to go for, you know what I mean? If you've got like 6 different submissions to throw at me, and I've got to pick which one you're going for at any given time, it's difficult. Harry said it really well. He said something like, if you bring keys and I bring locks to the match, right? And for every lock I pull out, you've got a key. But if I throw 12 locks at you all at the same time, you're not going to be able to unlock every single one of them, are you? Do you know what I mean? And then eventually, you're going to end up getting caught.
Yeah, a bit of black belt wisdom, that, isn't it?
That's it, yeah.
Black belt wisdom.
But he said that, and I thought, you know what, it's so right. Like if I'm sat there and I'm setting up a triangle, and say I'm mounted and I'm setting up a triangle, and I go 1 step, 2 step, legs over the head, you know what's coming.
Yeah.
And you're going to be like, all I need to do is defend this armbar. But then if I'm pulling your arm and then I'm setting up a triangle and then I'm just coming off to the side as if I'm going for an armbar and then I'm going for like a key lock, and then, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It makes you think about multiple different things you've got.
All that at the same time.
Well, that's it.
Very, very hard, isn't it? And then progressing from that as well.
Yeah.
No, impossible.
Trying to get your own sweeps and your own like position and submission off whilst you're getting attacked is obviously really difficult.
Gaz, did you think of something like one reason why you love BJJ?
One reason why I love BJJ?
Assuming that you do love it.
I think just the community feel for the gym. Great people, like-minded people.
Yeah.
And it's just, more for me, it's just 2 or 3 hours where I can come in and not worry about anything else. For me, I can't about going down the mental health route. That's why it's good to me.
Yeah, it's class.
Just learning something new as well, and it's the stuff that I've learned here. also outside of me as well. I'm not quite a chill person now.
Yeah.
I analyse stuff a little bit more, don't go fully in, and so a lot of it translates from the stuff we're taught in the gym. So yeah, I won't go too deep into getting moody yet, but yeah, that's why I love BJJ. The people, more the people, the coaches, just everything it brings to me. It's definitely changed me.
I can relate to that.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. You know, don't get judged by anything. You can be yourself. Although I'm a bit wild in the group. That's me. That's my intake. But yeah, that's it.
The meme lord just bangs memes in.
Yeah. It's great.
He can't actually read. He can't actually read or write. He just makes memes.
Yeah.
That's his life.
And no matter how offensive, no one knows where I live. Quite I'm safe until I meet him in the gym.
That's what he thinks.
Yeah, that's why I love BJJ. It's everything else. It's not just the gym. It's what it's given me outside of it. So
I've got a folder at home with all the memes you made about me.
Yeah, just look over it.
Yeah. One day I'm going to turn up at your door.
Yeah. Article number 7.
Oh, no,
it's like this one, Gaz.
I feel bad when stuff happens on the group and I don't say anything now.
Do you know
Everyone's looking at me like, Gaz will be as soon as expecting.
You said before, and you're going to put him in that really audible position, see if he can get out.
Yeah.
I think Mosey should do it.
Can you do it? I don't mind you doing it. None of these two.
Yeah,
and then Jack and Reece can just analyse it.
Yeah, I am going to get my gear on and for show and tell. So we're going to do. Did I already say this? We're going to do a segment called Show and Tell. But I didn't explain what it's going to be. Like,
didn't explain what we're bringing. Yeah. I'm going to bring a lizard into it.
I should have brought the dog.
So that was the original idea, just to say like, okay, we're going to do Show and Tell. You bring something in and tell us about it. But then maybe another week. But then I thought, what we're going to do is, so I've got a little move that I've practiced a lot. I've been hitting it in competitions, and I've sort of like come across like a little detail that helps me with it, that I want to share with you, and I want you guys to do the same. So if there's anything that you've had like a little realization where it's like, all right, this is working for me now, that sort of like you came across yourself. I want to see what it is like, and obviously we're all different levels, and like we might not have the move, like I'm sure my move's only like blue belt standard, but I am getting it on blue belts, or it is working in my arsenal. So yeah, we'll have a bit of time to think about that. So did we hear about what you why you love BJJ? One reason.
Do you know what? I'd probably go into kind of similar with the mental health kind of thing. Not so much mental health, but like the ego side of things. Mm-hmm. Like, I just feel like to be any good in jiu-jitsu or to progress from a total beginner, I think you just got to leave your ego at the door. And I think that's probably why you meet so many great people in the sport. They're just so willing to leave their ego at the door, you know.
And help you as well. It doesn't matter the levels. Everyone wants you to progress.
Yeah, I think it's brilliant.
As you progress through it as well, you're in that smaller group of people who a small percentage.
That have been there the longest.
This.
Like every belt you get as well. Like I was looking the other day because I was just a bit curious, and it's like out of the percentage of the population who like train jiu-jitsu, which is nothing by the way, it's like 0.0 something.
Yeah.
Out of that percentage of the world who trains jiu-jitsu, the percentage who get a blue belt, and then the percentage who get a purple, and then who get a brown, and who get a black, and it's like
it's so low.
It's mad. Like it's still a very niche sport, even though to us obviously it's so big.
Yeah,
it's a big part of our lives. It's still a very niche sport. Like if you said to someone who's like got no appreciation of like combat sports and they don't watch it and they've got like no idea sort of thing, and you said, "Oh yeah, I do jiu-jitsu," they'd be like, "Oh yeah, is that the thing with the kicks at the Olympics?" Like, no, it's taekwondo. It's like, yeah, it's the same thing, isn't it? It's like
karate.
Yeah. My cousin's black belt. What? You're a purple belt. My cousin's 11 and he's a black belt.
Yeah.
It's like,
You
okay,
get it all the
sound.
time. Yeah, similar to that, mate. So
Let me choke your cousin out and see if he's still a black belt. 11-year-old.
So, how long does it take to get a black belt in Jiu Jitsu? So about like 15 years or something like that. Oh yeah, my mate got his black belt in karate in 3 years. Like
The average time's 12, isn't it? I think.
something like that. Yeah.
Is it?
I think so.
What, to get your black belt?
Yeah, I think so.
Really? I'll be
a long time.
73.
So,
Or dead.
Obviously, it depends person to person, though, doesn't it? Like, some people like might get it a little bit faster, or some people might take them a little bit longer. Some people have like a bit of a hiatus in training, like don't come in for a while.
Yeah, we touched on this over the coffee the other day, didn't we?
Yeah.
So, but I think a big reason why that is such a small percentage, why people get the blue, purple, and all that. Going back to what I was saying before, is I think that's the main thing because of that is ego. I think so many people come in, don't like the fact that they get literally manhandled
By little boys sometimes.
Yeah.
By a
People,
14-year-old kid who's strangling in. You're like,
or like just people you'd look at and you'd be like, no way.
Impossible.
Yeah.
How is this?
Yeah.
How is this happening?
Look at Mickey Mutramechi.
Mikey.
You know,
Yeah.
Mikey Mutramechi, you know. He's I'm terrible at names. But yeah, you know, you
is
look
it
at him.
Messi?
Musamechi, I think.
Musamechi,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I don't know,
But,
maybe.
Something like that. Can you Google that for us? But
Jamie, bring that up.
Is he going against
should really
Rotolo?
know, to be honest.
Yeah,
but
he's gone on like 4 weight classes on it or something.
It was Rotolo or Mitch.
Mikey?
Oh, right, okay.
I'll be
Good,
honest,
yeah. That was going to be good, that.
But yeah, anyway, you'd look at him with his glasses on. To the person who knows nothing about Jiu Jitsu, they'd be going, "I'd snap him in two," you know.
Yeah, well, even MMA, you look at like Gaethje with his glasses on and that, mate, and his top on, you're like,
Yeah.
punch his head in. And then it's like, don't.
Yeah, you could then do.
You do MMA, obviously. I know you're a purple belt now in
Yeah.
Jiu-Jitsu. Is that a massive help for you? I mean, you've had a few fights.
Yes, in a sense. But
Considering
it's
quite a few
also,
have been
Because I've seen a few of
as
your
well, though.
finishes as well.
Yeah.
Like I look at some of the fights you've had, and I don't know. I don't know about the opponents, but do they have Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu backgrounds in? Because
yeah, well, obviously, you've got to train jits if you're doing MMA, really.
Right,
It's
yeah.
like,
but
kinda
you
goes hand in
train
hand.
to a certain point. Like it was is it Molly McCann, UFC. She got rinsed, didn't she, for the Jiu-Jitsu and doing stuff like that.
Well, it's one of them. It's like, I feel like you've got to be well-rounded everywhere.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you can only get to a certain level.
Right.
Like, and as the competition steps up and people get better, you also need to improve in what you're good at. So for me, like, I love striking and grappling and trying to mix it together. Obviously, coming from fighting boxing for years and then going on to fighting MMA, it's completely different. Because I'm used to just like standing there and going to war with people. Whereas you don't really do that as much in MMA. There's a lot less. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot less like that mentality of, okay, we're gonna stand here and slug it out now. Especially at amateurs, because you just get a lot of people who play the system and try and just like basically lie on you for however many rounds you're in there for. You know what I mean? Which obviously it works in their favour for now. But when you start going professional and you're looking to just lie on someone for 3 rounds and deal no damage and 0 sub attempts, and there's not really any real exciting stuff going on, no one's going to want you to fight for them because you're not going to sell any tickets. No one's going to come
entertainment, isn't it?
That's it. No one's going to come and want to watch you lie on the floor with another man for however long because
but I would say if you do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, you appreciate it a lot more. Like, people get bored and fight and you just rolling around the floor. But like I look at it.
No. So it's different. Like, so I enjoy watching grappling, right? So I'll watch like Makhachev. I think is brilliant to watch.
Yeah.
That Arman Sarukian, he's brilliant to watch because they've got high level grappling, but they don't try and just hold you in place. Like I thought at times Khabib was dead boring to watch. Brilliant grappling. But sometimes he was boring because he'd get to a position and he'd be happy to just stay there and hold, and he'd throw maybe one strike every 30 seconds or something. Whereas you get other grapplers who will take you down, get on top of you, mount you, throw shots, let you transition, take you back, take the arm. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
And I think,
entertaining,
yeah.
That's the hard thing with Jiu-Jitsu, isn't it? I mean, it's probably obviously the sport's growing loads now. You look at the first ADCC compared to where it's at now, but that's all because they're moulding the rule sets around it being an entertaining sport. No, do you know what I mean? They're looking for submissions and all that, you know. So
and the scoring points for wrestling as well,
stuff like that. Yeah,
that's a big thing because it encourages people to have them like the first 5 minutes of like the match where it's like you're still feeling each other out. People are more like tempted to go, oh, I could just blast a big double here.
Yeah.
And even though it's only like 2 points
Yeah.
in most competitions, it's like
Makes a difference.
Yeah.
On a competitive level, what you, because you've done Muay Thai.
Muay Thai, yeah.
Yeah. And MMA.
Muay Thai.
Muay Thai. Muay Thai.
No, I don't know.
Muay Thai.
You probably can pronounce it like that.
Yeah.
Is it? I don't know.
Muay Thai, isn't it?
Muay Thai.
Muay Thai.
You've done that, haven't you?
Yeah.
Which you prefer on a competitive level? Because I remember you went away last and you seen a scar on his head.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I got my head split open.
Mate.
I got
I
spinning
just
out.
remember it. Oh my god.
Yeah.
It was nice.
You walked right through
That was a
that,
good
didn't you?
fight as
Like,
well.
it's
I know, yeah.
That was entertaining. We landed some bombs there as well before that.
stupid question.
Well, that's it. I
stupid
levered it, mate.
Yeah.
But obviously, he just cut my head, and
And then
then
it was just spinning elbow, wasn't it?
yeah.
That's
But,
where you can tell
did you feel
like,
it?
how crazy you actually are. Like,
Right,
Was that because you're like pumped?
yeah.
it hurts, right? But not in the sense that like stubbing your toe hurts. Stubbing your toe hurts because it comes out of nowhere and you don't realise it's happening. I saw him go to throw it, and I went to teep him to keep him away, and just because obviously they oil you up before the fight, not as like cheating, like I was oiled up as well. They put it's called Naman Thai or something like that. It's basically like a thermo
Like a tiger balm.
kind of, but it's like it's hot.
Yeah.
It's very hot. So because there's not much room in like the back of the stage to like warm up and stuff, they cover you in the oil and they get you to the shadow box. So as the oil's coming into contact with the air and it's evaporating, it's like red hot.
Why did you do that?
Well, because it gets you warm.
Oh, okay.
So that when you go out there, and not only that, because you've kind of already felt a bit of pain, sort of thing.
Right.
Your mind's like a little bit conditioned to just being like, oh yeah, well, it's what it is now.
It's a good scar.
Yeah,
That's
it's
it.
getting there.
Like Bond film scar,
it's starting
isn't
to
it?
flatten out a little bit now. It was like majorly lumpy when I first.
Some gash though.
Do you massage it?
I was massaging it with bio oil, but then I heard that it can make it softer, putting bio oil on it, like over time. You know what I mean?
Like softer than like make it weaker sort of thing.
Yeah. So when
it
I was coming up to my fight, I stopped. Me one in December, I stopped like putting the oil on it and stuff, and it seems to have healed a little bit quicker. Like.
So the question was, which do you prefer?
Yeah, it's hard again because they're completely different. Like.
Yeah.
It's even like a completely different mindset because the whole I don't know if you've watched any of my fights, but like so my first fight and my most recent fight, I was in like quite a Thai fighter's mindset. I was happy to just walk forwards because I was like I'd saw them both strike and I knew that they had absolutely nothing for me on the feet, so there was no threat. So I'm not scared. I'm like, you're not going to submit me because I know that my grappling's good. And you're not going to knock me out because my striking's well better than yours. So I just basically walk towards him like in Muay Thai. In Muay Thai, it's like it's not like shameful, but you're not really meant to take a step back. It's meant to be I'm gonna blow you away for 3 rounds or however long the fight is, and we're gonna keep going until someone hits the floor, sort of thing. So even the referees, when you take a step back in Muay Thai, they'll be like, come on, go, don't be taking steps back, go. And I think from a combat perspective, I prefer that type of fight than to do someone dancing round, and then running trying to get hold of you because they're worried that you're going to blow their heads off. But yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't say I prefer one to the other. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love them both.
Like, yeah.
But I think from like an actual competition side, it should be. I feel like MMA should be more like Muay Thai in the sense that you shouldn't be worried about you're gonna get hit. You're in a fight.
Yeah.
Don't like run away and then try and go. Oh well, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do this and nothing else. You got to be able to blend it all together. It's mixed martial arts at the end of the day.
I guess also like at the very highest level, which I know like that's what you're pursuing. When you get there as well, like those guys they have such a well-rounded game that you can't do that anymore. So like if you did wanna, if your tactic was just to try and hold someone down for 3 rounds, like as you progress, like it's not gonna work for you the whole time.
Well, the second you go pro, changes the game, because you've got an extra 2 set of limbs that you can cut their heads open with.
What, elbows and stuff?
Yeah.
So in your fights, you couldn't throw elbows
so
and
I can't
knees?
elbow. But the thing is, for me, if I get only to the body.
Okay.
If I get took down and I can lock a guard up and get a frame in, you're just gonna let major elbows go. Whereas trying to deal any sort of damage from full guard, you can't really punch anyone too hard and they can hit you because they've got all the leverage. Whereas if you can pull them in tight and keep hold of them and let a few little elbows go, you start cutting them. You can win fights off your back in professional MMA based off damage. If someone's coming in with big shots and you hit them with an elbow and you cut them, you're going to win the round because you're going to win it on damage. So changes the whole game.
I've seen that in the UFC, haven't you? When there's been fights and people are going, oh, he's been robbed there and stuff, but then they're going, oh no, hang on a minute.
Like the lad's face is smashed up to death. Like, yeah, he's landed well more shots, but look at the state of him.
Yeah. So, man. Yeah, it is.
So what did you say again? Why you love BJJ? It's like the mental health aspect, isn't it?
Yeah, obviously the mental health aspect, and then I just think like going into like I was touching on like the ego sort of things. Yeah. Like I just think, and I think that's probably it's a reason why a lot of people stop Jiu Jitsu. It's a reason why you meet so many good people in Jiu Jitsu. The ego side of things, like it's a big barrier.
I wanted to say something about that because I think we've brushed on it before, but like ego, people do say like leave your ego at the door, but like if we think about what ego actually is, you can't do that. And I think what people actually mean when they say that is like basically you find out who you are. So if you have an opinion of yourself, like I'm a bit hard, like I'll probably muscle it out or something, then you actually come. Like either you have to let go of that that vision that you have of yourself and then do the work and progress, or like you're gonna hold on to that thought of yourself and just not come back. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think
definitely does change as a person, like you're saying. Like,
100%.
Yeah.
100%. So, like I said, I'm getting too moody leading up to it. I was in a bit of a mad place, and I just finished rugby and getting old, and I don't know what I'm going to do. And then Ben Jones brought me down here, and the rest is history.
you did say that when you came in, you thought you might like give it a good
100%,
go.
Knew nothing about it. I was the couch guy who watches UFC going.
Look at all these little nerds. I've smashed
all these. Oh mate, I walked in and I thought, look, getting sound, I'll be alright. I'll be a black belt in a couple of months.
Yeah.
And Billy just squeezed my neck for an hour and sat in the car rethinking everything about my life, going, what's just happened there? This is great.
Jem's wondering where you are.
Yeah. And so it just goes out the window. And it sort of means a lot about myself.
I touched on it as well, didn't he, on the podcast you done with him last time you were on?
Yeah.
About ego. Obviously, like, I think ego, the main thing I'm sort of touching on is when you start Jiu-Jitsu, you've obviously got to really leave it at the door. When you get to a certain level, you're going to have an ego, and you
need it in order to progress.
Yeah.
If you want to be the best, that's ego. Because if you believe that you can be the best, like everyone should be aspiring at their belt level to be the best at that belt level. Yeah. I'm the best blue belt in the world. I'm the best purple belt in the world. I'm the best brown belt in the world. Do you know what I mean? Like everyone should want to be that. Now you don't have to walk up to people and say, "What belt are you?" And then when they go white belt, go, "I'd lever you," because that's what people mean by like leave your egos at the door.
Yeah.
Don't be an arsehole, essentially.
Yeah.
Like if you get tapped, you obviously. You accept it and go, oh yeah, thank you, do you know what I mean? And you move on, yeah? Or you ask them, do us a favour, could you show us that? Like, how did you get to that position? How did you end up submitting me from there? Yeah. Whereas some people will just go, oh, that shouldn't have worked. That's bullshit, that. Oh, you wouldn't have got that if you wasn't so strong.
Yeah, you won't get that again.
Yeah. Oh, it's because you're stronger than me. Or, am I just better than you at Jiu-Jitsu? Have you stopped to think about that? Probably not.
Yeah, there is definitely like like you say, it's self-confidence in it. So
Yeah.
there's self-confidence. Ego is just submitting yourself to, like, you've got to submit to the sport. You've got to submit to the sport. That's hard to say quickly in a sentence.
All the pressure tap.
All the pressure tap, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I'm definitely getting pressure tapped in a minute.
I hope so.
this is where I've been talking about ego, and then I said I wouldn't tap to a pressure tap, and then now I'm going to be in a pressure situation.
Then he's like that with the camera in his face going purple. The lights are closing and he's like,
Don't you tap? Don't you tap?
they're not tap now.
You're going to get him in a Kimura and he's going to resist it and he's just going That'd be horrendous,
Yeah.
mate.
It's
You'd
gonna
see
be
me
fun.
go white then. You'd see me pass out like
I have not got the insurance for this.
You wouldn't see me again, right?
Oh my god. Yeah, it should be fun. But do you know what? That's another thing. Like I know Jack's a better grappler than me. Like, but I'm more than happy to have a roll with him. Do you know what I mean? If I was letting ego get in the way.
Look at him putting the disclaimer out now. He's like, oh yeah, if I lose, it's because I let him.
No, honestly,
Fly under
I'm
the
gonna give it a
radar
go.
and then fucking-
You know, the same last time when I was on there, like when I went against Purple Belt, I said I'm just gonna try and make a good. I'll just try and make a good account of myself. Try and make a good
Leave a
account
good
of
account of
myself.
yourself. Yeah.
That's all I want to do.
That's
You know.
a good point. That
Yeah,
you do
so-
when you're rolling higher belts and stuff. It's just projecting yourself and
Yeah.
where you are ability wise and
Yeah.
done.
And if something comes about where I'm going to get I'm going to
take
take
it.
it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of
Like
course.
that's the way I see roles with most people, to be honest. So,
I think with the ego thing as well, when you first come in, you have to learn as well not to get upset or angry when someone roughs you up a bit.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, I must admit, at first, I'm not the type of person to like, I mean, of course I get angry, but I'm pretty good at controlling myself. So I sort of knew that if I come in, it is going to be rough and everything. So, I mean, there's been a couple of times when I've been like, all I'm doing is getting fucked up every time I come. But I say to myself, like, just keep going, you're going to get better, that's how you get better. It won't always be like that. But I think if you are a bit easily riled and you have to, like, you basically can't get angry here because people are going to see it and people are going to be like, come on, man.
Yeah, just chill out, lad.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
alright.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not that deep. You've been choked out. That's what it is.
Yeah, and I think all the guys here are quite good at if that say if that ever did happen, and it's not like I can think of a time when I've seen someone get really upset, but if it did happen, everyone sort of knows, like, okay, yeah, he's being roughed up a bit. Okay, just see if he's all right. Give him a bit of time to himself, and then just carry on. Okay, gentlemen, guess how long we've been talking for?
an hour.
36 minutes.
47.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
Not bad.
An hour.
Yeah.
58 minutes since we started recording, so it's
Fucking
been a
hell, fair
while.
dues.
That's alright. That comes
chat.
super quick.
Goes quick, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That was quick.
You can literally
Could sit for ages.
talk endlessly about it, isn't it? It's so vast.
So the coffee's off the rounds, isn't it?
I know,
Sometimes
yeah.
you sit
Oh,
there and you're like,
So you sit
let's
there
start
like,
recording.
I'm only going to go for half an hour. You haven't even finished your coffee yet. And you look and it's like been an hour and a half. And you're like, why is my coffee
Yeah.
still warm?
It's been an hour and a half and you've had a major breakthrough about like who you are, sort of thing. Like.
You want to do on Fridays the cold dips? You don't know if you're having
yeah.
breakfast afterwards.
Yes.
You know, mate. You look up and it's 2:30. You're saving lunch.
Yeah, you went at 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've said to Jess, I'll be home by 12. Fine, don't worry about it.
That was gone quick.
All right, so Gaz.
Yes.
When I was watching the podcast, when I was editing your podcast,
Yeah.
I saw a moment on it where I thought
I might win.
possibly, or you might have been you accepted the position too easily, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's right, but this is it. So see here, you're on top. You're in turtle. Sam's in turtle.
Yeah.
And then he managed to get this sweep. You come up, you've got the head, and then you just lie down there.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, and that if you rather than so you're up, you've got the head, rather than just being like, oh, he's got a dominant position here, lie down, work the escape from side control. You might have been able to hold on, butt scoot out a bit and
try and wrap the front headlock and sprawl out.
Yeah.
So that's probably
Yeah, there was a lot going on there, to be honest with you. Yeah, because, you know, my right hand was underneath, and I thought I would just like just grip that and then work my way out, work my hips out, and then he was quick enough to get his head out as well. So I think he was just a bit ahead of me on my plan.
I think there was chance for a little explosion.
Yeah, and I was a little bit relaxed as well. Didn't want to.
That's it. You're rolling with one of the boys, aren't you?
Yeah, that's
true.
That,
you know,
well.
I was thinking that a lot. Thinking, just
Oh,
see there, right, and I give it up there, and I was like, what the fucking hell.
Yeah.
I'll just get the sub whenever, because.
We were both nervous, me and Sam, because we were looking at each other thinking,
It's weird.
even though we had the brief, like, you know, it's just a roll, blah blah blah, and it was like, it was thinking, as soon as I get a bit of a tell how hard he's going, I'm going to go hard, and then back and forth. But yeah, and he just trapped me arm, then the rest is don't shoot the finish. You're right. Move on.
What did he get you with in the end?
It was he trapped my right arm, to be honest with you, and he put so much pressure.
Oh, pressure tap!
It was squeezing me. No, it was my shoulder.
I know.
Hi, I'm Gaz, the former White Dragon gets tapped to pressure on podcasts.
His biceps are like fucking bricks, so it was right across my jaw, and he had me braces in, so it was like cutting to me gums, like fucking hell.
To be fair, man, that cruise line is grim, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't tap to it, but
Is that what it's called?
Well, I think that's
Where you
cruise
cruise-
line.
Cruise line is when you've got the underhook on the arm, isn't it?
Right.
The Ben Jones head squeeze.
Right. Yeah. Man.
To be honest, I thought Sam might try and go for like maybe a blood choke or like an armbar or something, but he did just want to end it, get you out of there, get the dub. And, I mean, you got to respect that in a match on the show. All right, nice one for that. So
Nice one for getting finished.
Thanks for inviting me back and reliving that. Cheers.
but like it's, I think it's good to watch because you get better, don't you?
Yeah.
I never want to see you lie down like that again, guys.
No, it won't happen again. Oh, he's getting it.
Oh, what? No. So you know he got you like that.
Mm-hmm.
What could you have done for him to not or to get out of that position nice and quick?
The only thing you can do is turn your hips in towards him and then start to swim round, try and get it as an underhook. But the problem is, obviously, if he's got good pressure on it,
it gets stuck there. Once
it hurts, and then you've got to try and turn your hips into him whilst he's already pressuring you. It's a difficult position to escape.
Yeah. Maybe
Thanks,
we
mate.
can.
You're welcome.
Yeah, definitely. I've been tapped to that, especially like heavy guys as well. Like.
To be fair, with that,
fatties.
with that, the pressure's so much more when you are big. You know what I mean? Like less flexible, should I say?
I don't know. I think sometimes the smaller people can give you worse pressure than some of the big guys. Like Kev, for instance, he feels about 100 kilo when he's on top here, and he's about 70. Do you know what I mean?
No, I mean when you're on bottom in that position. So when you're like that.
Oh, when you're already stuck.
Bigger, unflexible guys. Whereas I think someone who is more flexible could probably take down a lot more.
Chuck a shoulder straight into the grid as well.
Well, yeah, the bigger your chest is, the worse it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
I suppose, because that's where it hurts.
Whenever I get caught in that, I just try and do my best just to like create a little bit of a gap and then try and fish my arm out and then go from there. But
We'll see about that.
I'm definitely getting tapped to a cruise line.
We'll see about that.
Pressure tap, I'm just burning my arms out to death. It's worth it.
Shall we do show and tell?
Yes. Can I have a piss first?
This is show and tell. So I'm going to show you a detail that I came across in my practice, and it's practice, and I have hit it in competition. So it's the one that made Bry pull guard when I almost got it on him, went around, and he just decided to go onto his back, and then I literally controlled the whole match. I won't say how it ended, but I will. Okay, so we've done the dub. Even though if you look on Smooth Comp, he's down as the winner. Is he? Yeah, they fucked it up. Yeah, and I haven't bothered to get in touch, but maybe if I get in touch again, I'll sort it out. Okay, so it's an arm drag. So basically, my thing is, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hassle like pressure standing up on the feet. So I'm going to pull you down with this collar tie. I'm going to clear your collar ties either like that.
Probably won't be starting just like the collar tie.
Yeah, anyway you like. But this, if you got collar tie on me, I'm going to keep clearing it as soon as I can, right? Okay. So what I really want to do is, while I'm giving you the pressure, I'm going to sneak this hand onto the wrist, and this is the little detail that I've got. I'm going to have it there, but very lightly. So I almost want you to get used to having that there with no pressure from this. So you're going to clear it, yeah, exactly. I'm going to keep pressuring you, keep getting the inside position, and then if you see here, I'm sneaking it on there, so I've got it to both sides basically. Clear it again. I'm going to go here. Once I've sneaked this on here, get the inside position, I'm going to go boom, like that. Get the arm drag, come to the back, and that's where I want to be, right? So the little detail that I've sort of practiced is basically sneaking that wrist control on, sneaking it on, so you don't really feel that as a threat. Because I thought a lot, like what I've seen people do when they try and get the arm drag, is they go boom boom like that. So I'm trying to get rid of telegraphing it. So I've got one less movement. If I'm here, they're not expecting it. Boom, already on the back. And then once I'm on the back, obviously you need to know what to do from there. So yeah, basically show and tell. That's the little thing that I find works for me, is sneaking the wrist control on. You can clear it, but I keep sneaking it on, and then eventually I distract with the collar ties, clear the collar ties, and then boom, on the back, split the legs, control the shoulders then, and you're away.
Are you going thumb down grip or
thumb down? Yeah.
Close guard, if you get me on close guard. It's what went over in the private stuff yesterday, and then what I've done today. So, when you close guard, and he said, obviously, posture, when having your posture up, the important detail is having your elbows inside. So, and then, come that, put the knee in, and then the breaks the guard. So, it's dead simple to come on close guard. And then obviously when you're at that point, hang out, or even now his hips are broke, I can plant that, and then go for a knee pull. But yeah, just a dead simple.
And you implement that when you roll in matches?
So last time I was at role models, the guy kept me just closed guard for like 5 minutes. Tried to break it a few times.
Was that the match that you got the L on?
Yeah, I lost 2-0, but he swept me with like 15 seconds left, and then just pinned me. So, yeah, it is what it is. I should have been better at getting up close guard. He was better than me, but then when I got private set, he showed us, and I was kicking myself, I was like, wow, that's so simple, so simple. And then ASW today, he got me in his close guard, and I've done that, I got private at that. So.
Nice.
Lessons, isn't it?
I got it out, you work straight away.
Yeah.
It's nice.
It's
so simple. Nice little niche like that, wasn't it?
That's Jiu Jitsu, isn't it? Sometimes they show you like small detail, dead simple. Yeah, like.
Why
I literally do feel like I should have known that. You know what I mean? It's so basic, but.
Spoon do this, we'll do the down Friday. So we'll go this side on. We're in this position. So we've got a head well on the neck, got the wrist grip, and you're essentially, let me take the glove shield off. I'm going to try and kick it as hard as I can to try and take you down the first time round, but that doesn't work. So if I go, some people, especially bigger people with good base, they're not going down if that was almost no chance to step back. So what you're going to do is you're going to go bump, step.
That's nice.
You're stepping through to grab the far ankle. So you're going to kick and step, and then you can also go for a variation on it where you don't grab the ankle, you keep hold of the hand, so get your base. It would be normally. Yeah. You're going to go kick, step, and
That's lovely.
bump and release with the hip, just go more. Go full speed on this one, kick, step. And then you can start working your pass because you've got the wrist grip still on here, so yeah, that was my one. So what are you playing? So what are you playing for?
Okay, so we've got Jack McLeod and Reece Mosedale. Okay, no time limit, sub only. All right, touch and go, gentlemen.
Obviously, Reece is a bigger guy, isn't he, straight away?
Yeah.
But, you can't help but think Jack will explode at any time he needs to.
Yes. We know Jack's very athletic.
Yeah. Explosive, and Reece is obviously strong as well.
Reece is the same, actually.
Yeah.
Jack's a very active MMA practitioner, competitor. Reece is a very active BJJ competitor too.
Beautiful.
Jack goes under the arm to take the back. He's working for the back now. So the intensity's picked up a little bit now. I'm guessing Jack wants to consolidate this position.
Reece has got wrist control as well, more than I think.
He's got a wrist control. So Reece is a blue belt. Jack is purple belt. I think they got, oh no, they didn't get promoted on the same day.
No. Nice ball.
Jack with the heavy sprawl all the way down to the ground.
Yeah.
Reece falls half guard. Both guys taking a bit of time to breathe, get that oxygen in. Reece getting to the back now. Oh. Has to give up on that. Jack showing some experience here, not panicking, taking his time to work the position on top. I can't see now, but I can imagine Jack's got that shoulder in Reece's throat right there. Reece with the arm break.
Wants to try and go for that back again, Reece, doesn't he? Wants to transition over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jack's being quite calm here, isn't he?
Yeah.
Still working at arm drag Reece, I think he has it.
You can see Reece is an experienced competitor, but then Jack is definitely experienced.
Nice. Good dash here.
So Jack's wrapping up the neck of Reece.
I believe Reece has stayed nice and calm there. I think that the dash is on, might be on here.
Is it Reece turtling up?
Yeah.
I think Reece is answering the phone. Oh, is that tap? No?
No.
Feels like Reece is answering the phone to relieve the pressure, so I'm guessing that there is a choke on. Is that a DAS? Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is, yeah. He's working. Nice. Well done.
Reece survived it. I think Reece is very resilient
He is.
with his game. There's a picture of him at a competition.
Yes, the famous one.
The guillotine.
Yeah.
He's in a standing guillotine, both feet off the ground,
Yeah.
hands on the hips, feet on the quads, and he gets out of it to win the match.
You have to ask Jack why he bailed on that one. Maybe he knew something.
Jack's on the
He's
back
working,
now,
yeah,
really
working
naked.
He's just working that right hand, then it could be in.
Reece is reaching back to fight those hands. Matt, if you think Reece is out, let us know, alright? He did make the prediction, but...
Yeah. I just tap and fleet.
Yeah, hopefully I will.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice,
boy!
Nice. That was nice. He was holding on as long as he could there.
Nice.
That was nice, that, lads.
Nice one, gentlemen. Alright, winner was Jack. Rear naked sub. Rear naked choke, was it? Yeah. So Jack and Reece have just had a match. Nice one, gents. Reece got his first L, so you've had a match with the purple belt and lost.
But he's also won one, so he's won one against purples at the moment. You know what I mean? Yeah. You can't moan about that.
Get me on against another purple.
Yeah. No, you're knocked back down to blue belt now. You have to beat a blue belt until you go back up.
That's when you feel the pressure.
Yeah.
I actually thought that a concept for Jits Quips matches is if you come on, roll a white belt, you beat the white belt, then you get a match
roll against a blue,
belt,
then a purple, then a brown, then a black.
Yeah, and then you can work your way up the ranks. And if you are imagine one of the young guns from the gym, blue belt, and they just work their way through.
Or something like that.
Yeah, that's it.
Or if you get beat, you have to go back down. Yeah, so we're gonna
should do like a tournament.
A league,
do you know what I mean?
Mate, I'd love it
That'd be sick, to be fair.
if matches on Jits Quips could get become so hyped that good people want to come on, and it means that more jiu-jitsu is getting out there. So we wanna.
I wonder if you could do some sort of smooth comp thing where advertise a tournament and just say it's going to be recorded and go on YouTube and stuff like that.
Yeah, and just get everyone, because it's a fiver in it, I think, of just to come down and train sort of thing. Just say everyone just throws a fiver in.
Yeah.
And as obviously as long as Harry and Steve and that are all okay with it.
Well, we said Liam Hume has said he'll charge £30 an hour to come on. And then we were talking about it on the way here and being like, well, all right, what if we say come on and roll and we'll give you 30 quid. We'll give your opponent 30 quid.
Yeah, and just charge the opponent. Charge the opponent 30 quid to roll.
That's a pyramid scheme.
Give it to Liam.
And then get another person, charge them and get them to pay.
We'll pay you for your next match.
So that's the vision, that's the dream eventually. All right, so we're going to watch your match now. Feel free to we commentated over it.
Go ahead.
We commentated over it, but you guys give us your take, and then we can talk about it after for a bit.
Are you able to pause it?
He's immediately regretting this decision, by the way. That seat's well shit compared to this.
He was expecting you to say no.
I had this seat last time, and as soon as I'm getting that one.
Yeah. Wait, we'll see it now. Touch and go.
Had you already decided what you might be going to?
I thought about the armbar there. I was going to try and sit into an armbar. Yeah. You pulled away straight away.
I saw your foot come up and was like, no thank you. I'm not going to space today.
So, you got
There's that old Russian twist. I was trying to keep level with you. I was really conscious of the double leg. That was a lovely little throwback, duck on the air, little throw by, whatever. Doing my best here to not let you
Yeah,
get your other hook in one, and
look, your knee was like right up against your ribs, so what I was trying to do is like pull you in tight to my chest, and then I was going to sit to my left hip. But every time I tried it, you was just like you just aware of this sort of thing. So
basing on the left hand.
Yeah, and then a debate you're trying to like push your leg out, like swim your hand inside, and then
That was dodgy. The way that was nice.
yeah, I think it was this bit. I think I'll punch it deep in a minute. Oh no.
So shot through into half guard here. And
Yeah.
you cross-faced me straight away.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not getting deep arm guard swept here.
Yeah.
Is that shotgun armbar at all?
No, so it's sort of a cheap attempt at an armbar, to be honest. And then I think I tried to come up onto his back, defended it well with a little shoulder drop. And
I think you go for it again in a minute, but I go head position instead of trying to shrug it off.
Yeah.
Shrug you off.
So that head positioning was pretty difficult, but as you brought your head over the other side, I was conscious of the head and arm as well. One you caught me with the other day. So,
Here's one I made earlier.
yeah, I've got the underhook in, trying to keep my frames in.
I was so tempted to. I think I do go for it in the end, but I was so tempted to jump over and go for the chin strap and the bicep grip.
Should have gone for it, man. I feel like I had a good bit of purchase on your tricep though.
Yeah, you did. I couldn't get it out, man.
Yeah.
That's what you like, isn't it? You like to half guard go to the back. You said.
Yeah.
You
This
mentioned
is,
it before.
this is what I was saying with the head position.
okay,
I was
yeah.
going under your chin at first, and then just basically trying to kill that movement so you couldn't come round the back.
So again, I was just trying to be conscious not to give you the arm there for the head nod. That was a nice little.
That's what I was on about. I was going to go for it earlier.
Yeah.
This was the ghillie. Well, like it's kind of like a ninja choke that I was. I thought if you hadn't have rolled the way that you rolled, it would have gone on tight. Like.
And then you went for a Darcy here, didn't you?
Yeah, it was hard. I couldn't get my arms together, man, because you wasn't letting your
I had my
you wasn't letting your
hand
shoulder come up to your neck, sort of thing. So I couldn't quite get it deep. I ended up just like fingers on the bicep. I felt like it started to go tight once I dropped off to the side. Is that
It went tight. See my hand?
Yeah.
You went there.
Yeah, see, it looked tight there, but I was like, I know he's not going to tap easily, and it didn't have a very good grip. See how my hand's slipping?
That felt tight, and then you see where I put my hand back there. I was like, oh shit, this is on. So I put my hand back there, and then I felt. I was like, oh, okay.
I thought,
But
go position over submission. Just get back.
Nice.
Start working. I like the back take here. I dragged your. Oh, you can't really see it. So I dragged your ankle, basically, with my far leg to put my bottom hook in.
Right.
So that's how I ended up with the bottom hook. And then
Your dad be on the back, man. You're good. It's not often I get away from it when you get on my back.
well, I like basically focusing on stripping the grip with my top hand, as opposed to like trying to join your hands together and trying to get it in deep.
Brilliant. Not long now.
The other thing that I've been trying to focus on with me squeeze is pulling the elbow down into like the sternum.
Yeah.
You know, to allow it to start to slip underneath the chin, as opposed to just like mandible strangling someone.
that was tight, that man.
There's a microsecond there.
Tighter and tighter and tighter. We'll start the walls were closing in a little bit there.
It's when you start to hear the panicked breathing, like, oh, it's going close.
So at the end there with the choke, it looked like, because of course you defend with the chin, right? So it looked like, so you know sometimes you get someone and you're right under the neck's right up there, and you get the easy choke. It looked like the whole time until like you were trying to keep that chin down.
Yeah. So one thing, obviously, when someone's on your back, one thing I always do now, clench my teeth. Always clench my teeth. Keep my chin low, because unless they crush your jaw, they're not going to choke you by your chin. Like, so it makes it harder for them. Then it leaves that split second. He might readjust. You know what I mean?
Gas his arms out.
Or gas his arms out, yeah. Because you know we all know it can be hard getting rear naked when someone's not giving it you easy. So
Yeah. See, I've
yeah,
never
it
heard
was-
that. Clench your teeth before.
Yeah, if you're not
Of
clenching
course,
your
it
teeth,
makes
you're going to break
sense.
your jaw.
Yeah, because I have that. That's right.
Yeah. So yeah, clench my teeth, chin down low, and just make it as difficult for him as possible. When I'm in that situation, I'm 9 out of 10 times going to get choked. But you know, that one time he might just readjust and I pull his hand away, and then we can go again, you know. But yeah, no, like I say, you're dead good on the back, mate. Yeah.
Nice one, mate. Appreciate it.
But,
I was saying to Gaz as well during the commentary, like, we know that you're a resilient practitioner, because we've seen you with Sean. We've seen, I mean, on that one, like, you got on Sean's back, he got on your back like a couple of times as well. I'm pretty sure. So, and also the of course the famous picture with Reece in a guillotine. Someone's standing up.
Oh yeah.
Both hands. Both feet off the ground, like in a guillotine, and he gets out of it.
Yeah.
I showed it on the last one. Like, it is only for a second where you are like that, but if you screenshot it just at the right time,
pictures last an eternity.
Yeah.
No, I like to. I don't want to give anyone anything easy. Do you know what I mean? I want to make them work for it. If it's in here, then yeah, obviously you're gonna tap when you're training and stuff like that. But if it's in a competitive environment,
The thing is as well though, if you're tapping to something just because it hurts a little bit, like I find it with darces and anacondas all the time. I'll start putting it on and someone will tap and I'm like, it's not even on yet. You've tapped because you're in pain, and that doesn't make me better. Let me cinch it up. Let me get it to the point where, okay, you would have been going to sleep here, and then tap. Like, you know what I mean? Like I won't tap unless it's like it's going on. And I'm like, okay, I'm probably going to go to sleep here. So I'll tap. You know what I mean?
Do you know what though? I've
Your pain isn't my concern, right?
Yeah, exactly. Let me work.
Get over it.
Yeah. It's a reality thing though, because if you then go and compete, right, and someone's like mega competitive, and I put a darce on and I'm squeezing the life out of someone, and they're like, wow, I'm in loads of pain, my neck's clipped about 8 times, but I can still breathe, I can still get out, I'm not going to sleep, because I've got poor finishing mechanics. That like poor finishing mechanics is bred in the gym.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, and it's only when you roll them with people who are better, who don't want you to sub them, that you have to get it absolutely perfect. Like for instance with the rear naked, like he said, if that was on his chin and he's got his teeth gritted, he's fine, he's toughing out, because it hurts, but it only hurts for so long. It only hurts till my arms gas out, and everyone's arms gas out just at obviously different rates, sort of thing. So like for instance, if you got a choke on me and I was like, ow, this really hurts, so a tap, but there's, or even like arm bars and stuff like that, if the braking mechanic's not right and you start pulling my arm and it's kind of like flopping around a little bit and I'm like, oh, I'm in a bit of danger, but like it's not actually on, and I tap, it's like, well, you've got nothing out of that. If anything, you think an arm bar is going to be dead easy and you're not going to have to potentially snap someone's arm to win the comp. And I don't get anything out of it because I haven't tried any escapes, I've not tried anything. All I've done is gone, oh yeah, you're nearly there, yeah, that'll do. Do you know what I mean?
Well, forgive me when we're back rolling and you ever roll with me, because I am one of them that will like feel it under the chin and just when I tap,
that's different. If it's under the chin and it's fully locked in and you tap, that's fair, because it's like it's on perfectly. It's
going to be on,
like. But if it's like not quite on and you're like
tap in,
just like toughening out a little bit, like
I'll tap though as well, especially with training. Or at least I used to when I was a bit less experienced, probably like towards the beginning of my practice. If someone locked up a Kimura, but I had it here, I was defending, I would tap even when it's there. Cause
if it's fully locked in though, it's worth it.
What, letting it go?
No.
Oh,
it's
tapping
worth
there.
tapping. Like, this is what I'm saying. I'm not saying you should let your arm snap in training. Yeah. You should let someone put you to sleep, or you should let your knee get blown out in a heel hook or whatever.
Yeah.
But if someone's trying to do something to you and the mechanics aren't correct, you tapping makes you a bad training partner. Yeah. Because they're not getting anything out of it. If anything, they're going to get worse, because then the next time they compete, they're going to get a choke on someone and it's off to the side and it's not on the artery, or it's not actually strangling them, and it's like, oh well, you know, how come he didn't tap? I've burnt my arms out.
I do get it, right, but I'm more of the position that like that's good and well, but to enforce it. So it means like enforcing that against like lower level guys. Where I think that if it's the person who's getting choked or getting subbed, you have to let it be their prerogative. Like, because if someone's
I'm
like,
not about to go and shout at someone for tapping.
like, nah, that wasn't a tap there.
Get out now, you.
If that was the case, we'd never speak.
I think there's a good way to put this, right? So
Pressure tapping.
All right. I've got pins on your shoulders.
I think there's a good way to put this, right? I think it all depends who you're rolling against and who you're training with.
Yeah.
If I'm training with you, right, and I know you've got a fight coming up or a comp or whatever, I'm going to make it as hard as possible for you to tap me, because it's only going to benefit you. Like, and it's going to benefit me as well. It's going to toughen me. It's going to make me feel for gaps and stuff like that. But if you're going against a hobbyist or, you know, someone who's not competing, and all, it's a little bit different.
Yeah,
but yeah.
But obviously it's a complete. I'm talking competitive roles.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
with your
if I'm
mindset,
rolling with someone who's like well better than me or well shitter than me, like, I'm not trying to necessarily beat them. Now, don't get me wrong, like, when I roll with the upper belts, that's the goal. You know what I mean? I'm trying to, but I'm not just gonna like start
roll over to them and
like spazzing out and
Yeah.
backflipping into
Well, yeah, that's
submissions
what I'm
and
saying,
stuff. But, like, and I'm also likewise not gonna start trying to like the second they get hold of me, just tap.
yeah,
But with, like, you know, like, new people,
yeah.
them nearly getting an armbar on me and then me tapping isn't going to benefit them. It's the same scenario, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If they get an armbar and it's on and I tap, you can be like, listen, that was on, well done, you've subbed me. But obviously in a comp, that's the point you can take it to before it's going to go, sort of thing, you know what I mean? Because I feel like, I don't know, like, some people just don't have that nastiness to just like drag an arm straight off when they're in a comp, and some people will just sit there and be like, yeah, sound. Well, you saw it.
Or some people will tap when it gets there.
Yeah. Well, you saw it not last fight, the fight before. The lad didn't tap; his arm was fully straight.
Yeah.
I'd heard 2 pops, and I was waiting for the bang, mate, and then it did bang. You know what I mean? And also, it's not my issue that he never tapped. It's just one of them.
So in that occasion, did he tap? Yeah, he tapped.
I don't know.
Or did
I let go because I heard a snap, and I thought that'll do.
Okay, so it wasn't even the ref that pulled
Mate,
you off.
no. So the ref said to me after it. The ref was like, "Oh, thank you for letting go as soon as he tapped." And I was like, "I didn't realise he did tap." And he was like, "Oh." And I was like, "All I know is I heard."
I think he did.
And as it went, boom, I let go straight away because I was like, if he beats me with one arm, mate, he's fucking he's gold, mate. You know, if he's got to beat me with one
that arm as well,
mate,
Yeah.
then he's got to be gold, mate, and I'll just accept the beating.
There'd be the highlight of you, like if you'd have held on to it. There'd be the highlight of you just like trying to mash up someone's arm who's like already backwards,
just like twisting it either side, and it's just like
yeah.
like that, like Jamal Hill when Paul Craig armbars it. It's just like
Mate, yeah, still going, yeah.
like an elephant's trunk, mate. Just like, yeah, man.
Oh, it's brutal, that one. Absolutely brutal.
There was a moment in there right at the beginning. I think when Jack changed levels and got on the back, he got underneath your arm.
That was nice.
I thought that was really nice and slick. I think that's a good example of the sort of like nice and relaxed hand fighting, and then when you decided, like you change up the gears, explode, get that back, and yeah, you can sort of see. I know Duffy talks about that a lot, like because he's a wrestling coach here, right? Or a lot of his sessions are wrestling focused, and I've heard him speak a lot about that, and that for me is a tricky thing to do, is to like be relaxed with the hand fighting and then switching it up, exploding when you need to, hitting those moves.
It's hard to get your body prepared as well when you're going in that, when you're in that flowy state and you're kind of moving around and popping hands and getting grips and stuff, to then get your body prepared to basically nail into someone, sort of thing. Like obviously in that scenario I was going around him as opposed to trying to go through him. But when obviously you're going from nice flowy, touchy, and then you're going to blast double somebody, or you're going to like try and shoot a takedown, like it's hard to find that like in between, if you like, where you've gone from being nice and flowy and moving around, making a few grips, and then essentially going and smashing into somebody with your body, you know what I mean?
Without being predictable.
Yeah, and, and without getting injured, more importantly. Like, if I shoot on someone, my priority number one is don't injure yourself doing it. So when I shoot fast, I shoot hard, and I make sure my body's tight when I'm shooting. Because if I shoot nice and slow, and then, for instance, Mosey sprawls on me, I'm getting flattened out, I'm eating dirt, and it hurts. So, at least if I'm stiff and I get in on his legs and then he sprawls, I'm like, okay, well, I'm prepared for this, my body's ready. You know, when people exactly. Well, when people shoot loose takedowns and then they get extended out and it wins you, and
I think a lot of stuff I've realised recently with takedowns. I mean, my wrestling game is absolutely diabolical. But one thing I've realised is 90% of it is the setup.
Yeah.
And then the execution is, you know, you've done the road work getting there. The execution is just bang. But the easy part almost. But yeah,
it's timing as well, because you can, if you do that, if you decide to explode or go like go all out at the wrong time, then it's no good, right? So it's all about there's a lot to it, I think, to those kind of it's a lot to do with experience.
That's what makes it so great, doesn't it?
Yeah. You can be told about it, but to actually hit it.
It's a different level in it, wrestling.
And you can do it. You can do it a million times on the mat with a million different partners, a million different shapes and sizes, and then you can almost guarantee the person who you're fighting or competing against is not going to be that size. They're not going to be that weight. They're not going to be. They're not going to be that. They're not going to react the same way. Some people will sprawl one hip to the floor. Some people will sprawl two hips to the floor. Some people will go other hip. Some people won't even sprawl. They'll try and go on underhooks. They'll try and push on your head. And do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you can never script how it's going to go in a live scenario. So you can practice it as much as you want. But at the end of the day,
I did say I would let you submit me today, didn't I?
It's just seeing a little GoPro, and all that's better delete that, mate. Put that on the archive.
Meanwhile, he's like this.
We were all looking at each other and what was he shooting?
Who's he waving at?
No, there was only one outcome there.
I don't know if I picked up on it when we watched it back there, but the first time when we were watching it, you did like a lovely sprawl where you you sprawled on
the little
Reece.
snap down.
Little snap down, but snap down and
from
sprawl.
From like the front headlock position.
Chin strap. And like your body just goes flat against the ground, sort of thing. So you get into the position where you're on top, and then it seems like very nice technique, you know. And obviously,
a lot of people go to the knees.
Yeah.
And that works to a certain extent. If you're well stronger and well faster than somebody, snapping down to your knees is fine. But if you can snap him down and slide right away, he has no choice but to start to flatten out.
You look like you were double the size, the weight, because it was
well, that's it, innit? Yeah. Technique overcomes size every time.
Yeah, you're putting, no matter wherever you are, you're 50, 60, 70, 80 kilo, whatever, no matter what weight you are, you're sprawling that down on their head.
Yeah, on this bit here, the neck and the head.
This is what I'm saying, what I said earlier with Kev. Mate, feels about 100 odd kilo when he's on top of you, and he's about 70 here, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've got over 10 kilo on him, and it never feels like I've got a weight advantage ever. It's just a nightmare.
Do you guys have any more memorable moments?
What, just for Jiu Jitsu?
No, for this match.
There's one point when I had the arm drag and I was trying to take the back, there's one thing I think I could have done differently, and that was maybe kick your back leg out with my foot to maybe try and
drop the base.
Help me, to try and drop his base a bit. But you know,
to be fair, I thought you was going to do that, but on my near side hip and go and kick over for the armbar. You know, when you had that really tight grip on the tricep.
Yeah.
And I was across to the side. I was worried about you putting your foot on your hip and kicking over.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's what I thought you was going to go for. But
I think maybe I had a very cheap attempt at it. But
that's why I put my head on your far shoulder straight away to
pin
that to kill that rotation. Try and pin your shoulder to the mat so that you can't kick your leg over.
Yeah. I'll probably, do you know what? I'll probably watch this back again. And I could have done that differently. Could have done that differently. But it's all a learning process,
That's
isn't
it, mate.
You know,
You always will.
Yeah.
Like, I've done it with fights before, and I've looked at it and I was like, why not just sprawl? Why not just do this?
Yeah.
Why not just kick him in the face? Why not just, do you know what I mean? Like, why not just do this? But, you know.
It's how you get better, isn't it?
Exactly,
Learning from the mistakes that you pick up. That's why I think it's very valuable to watch.
Yeah, 100%, man.
Yeah, watch yourself.
I don't watch enough of my own roles, and even like the last comp that I've done, like I watched it like once or twice, and there was a lot of stalling going on, but it wasn't like a very like great jiu-jitsu match. He pulled guard, I went to pass his guard, he tried to Kimura me, passed his guard, got to his back, strangled him. But obviously it was a long, it was a longer process than that.
Says it so calmly, doesn't he? It's normal.
Like obviously it was a longer process than that. The match was about 3.5 minutes, but like they were like the key points. He tried to come over me, I passed his guard and strangled him. But like I was watching it and I was like, I could have finished it there. I could have finished it there. I had this here.
You hit the nail on the head before,
these are all
didn't
stories I tell my wife when I go home, and she's, "How was the gym?" I go, "Fuck yeah." I'm telling the truth.
you hit the nail on the head before, didn't you? You your own worst enemy. Critic. Sorry,
absolutely,
whenever you video your rolls, you're going, wow, that felt like a lot faster in real life.
Yeah.
And then you're slow as anything on, or like that technique could have been better. But like you say, that's why it's good watching your own rolls.
Well, this is what I was going to say as well. Like with my comp, like so obviously, but when I fight, my fights are 3-minute rounds, and then I watched the comp, and it took me 3 minutes 32, and all he done was defend. Realistically, other than like trying to go for the Kimura, but pretty much all he done was defend, and I was like, so I need to get that time shorter, because if it takes me 3 minutes 32 to get someone to the mat, to pass the guards, get on the back and strangle them, it's not enough time in MMA. Do you know what I mean? Like in my MMA fights, because I'm still amateur, it's 3 minutes 32. That's too long. I need to be getting it faster. So I was like, okay, well obviously I won and I got the dub, and that's nice, and obviously I
you forget that.
Appreciate that. Exactly. But I was looking at it and I was like, okay, I know what I need to work on. Your transition needs to be a little bit smoother, a little bit quicker. Obviously, it's different when you can punch people in the face.
Yeah. I was going to say that.
I will say that. Jiu-jitsu with punches is so different, mate.
Yeah.
But same sort of scenario. If it was solely grappling and I only had 3 minutes to submit him, should have done it quicker, shouldn't I? Do you know what I mean?
It's 5s when you go pro, isn't it?
Yeah. Which would be nice.
It's not going to be soon.
Which would be nice.
Well, loads of time then.
I don't know. I'm kind of just saying like, when Harry and Tim give me the nod, do you know what I mean? I want to get maybe a couple belts first, and then we'll see what happens.
Nice.
It seems to get how
doing what you're doing.
young you are, but how you
Well,
feel like you've been around forever.
22, are you?
23. I'm
23 now,
so turn 23 in February. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
It's nuts, isn't it?
Nuts. The young guns.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, I've been fighting since I was like 9,
Well,
I suppose.
That's it. In terms of combat sports, you're the most experienced person. You're the wise one out of us.
Yeah.
So it's like, but you're only 23. So
How long have you been training jits now?
I think it's 3 years.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wow.
I've been at
Only 3?
Trident.
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah, so April I think it was April 12th, Ben Poppleton had a seminar down here. And like the day before, like Harry, Chris, Kev, there's Seth as well, yeah. They all come down the gym that I was training at in the port. And I was speaking to them about it after it, and I was like, do you do MMA? And they were like, yeah. I said, listen, I want to get into MMA, but at the moment I'm just boxing, I'm doing jits. So I was going to gym over in Liverpool, but it was rinsing me for fuel, and I just couldn't make it. They were like, yeah, we've got a boss little team. So I come down, and it was only like half the mat.
Yeah,
And we had the cage at the end. And,
Oh yeah.
but I was like, oh, when are you training? You're training tomorrow? And they were like, oh, no, we've got Ben Poppleton's seminar tomorrow. I said, all right, Sam, how much is it? I can't remember how much it was, but I was like, Sam, I'll come. So I come down, I watched all them get the brown belts. Like my first ever session, I watched like Chris Edwards, I think it was Chris Edwards, Seth, Jack Seymour, and can't remember if there was one more. All got the browns together, and So obviously that was nice. Now
Could it have been Duffy or Fraser?
I don't know, to be honest. I can't remember who it was. But
I'll tell you what though, there is a good level at Trident, man.
mate, it's boss. I've been to other gyms, right, and battered people, absolutely mauled.
Where do you think this stems from? Why is it Harry, the standards we have?
I think Harry's willingness to train with other gyms. I think I personally, don't get me wrong, I couldn't possibly say. Harry might say, no, it's wrong, here's why we're so good here.
Yeah.
But, well, say we. The gym.
Yeah.
The gym is so good, you know what I mean? But, like, I don't know, I would say it's Harry's willingness to train with other people and take information on. Like, he could go to 10 different gyms and take... He might go to a class for 2 hours and take one thing from it. And the rest of the class may have been absolutely shy. I'm not saying he's ever said that, but like the rest of the class may have been absolutely shy. But if he can take one little thing from each class that he goes to, or each role that he's having with someone, like he's always going to other gyms and rolling with new people and high level guys as well. Like even if he gets like one little thing, and then he comes. Even if it's not necessarily like he does a class on it, if he just comes and starts beating a couple of the other lads up with it, and then they're like, what are you doing there? And then he shows them, and then they start doing it, and then I start rolling with them, and then I'm like, wow, that's good, can I start doing that? And then I roll with, you know what I mean? And it just filters down.
Yeah. There was, do you know what, like you touched on it there as well about training at other gyms. Like I've spoke to some mates and stuff, and if they go and train at another gym, the coaches will like say arse with them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it's like, what's that about? Like,
I've never been.
but like here, there's like it's almost like encouraged.
Yeah.
To an extent, you know.
The two gyms that I've like trained jiu-jitsu at for a longer period of time. Obviously, I was training jiu-jitsu a little bit, like I said, in Liverpool when I was training MMA over there. Like the two gyms that I've predominantly trained jiu-jitsu at, they've both been pretty sound with like, oh yeah, go train there if you want. Go and you know what I mean. Like,
it's a good way to be,
yeah.
Like you say, you're getting lessons from...
Quick funny story, I'd never been to another gym until I went to Malta in January.
Yeah.
And I'd reckoned it before I went out. I thought it'd be nice to go to another gym.
Walked in, I am the
I emailed, they knew about me. I emailed them and said, would it be okay to come to the class? And they were obviously confident, yeah, come on. And I was proper nervous, and I walked, it was like a 40-minute walk to this gym. And I was really nervous, like, got to the gate. And I only had my towel, my kit rolled in it, to make a bag. And I got in. And when you go in, there's a weight section, you have to walk through it. Then a counter, turn left, and the mats are all there. And I got there, and there were just a few lads rolling around. And when I got there, and I was dead nervous, and the guy came up to me and goes, okay? I was like, yeah, I emailed, I'm just visiting on holiday, I've come to have a class. And he's like, oh yeah, great. But he was looking at me really weird, you know, scanning me up and down. And I knew then straight away, I could smell it. I'd stood in dog shit on the way there. And I'd walked it right through. And I could smell it then, and he could smell it, but he must have thought I smelled of shit, or I'd shit myself, or whatever. Like, and then he's going, yeah, just take your shoes off, put them over there, make sure you clean. I'm like, yeah, sound. And I turned round to walk back and seen the trail of devastation I'd left. I was like, fuck. Yeah, just took my shoe off, realised I squished it right good as well. I don't even go barefoot, which was like multi. I wear like fucking hell. Straight over into the toilet, got a load of tissue. I was on my hands and knees to clean it up, and then the guy came around like new, and I was like, mate, I'm so sorry. Oh, it's fucking embarrassing.
That's a good first impression.
But how did you get on? Is the question.
Yeah.
Different concept of how they do things like drilling and stuff. The guy was teaching, but yeah, do accommodating. The training was good.
Did you roll?
Yeah, enjoyed it. Yeah, rolled with another guy, another blue belts, and yeah, it's pretty similar. It was alright.
Yeah. Did you get any subs off?
No, because
on the black belt.
yeah. No, I didn't. I can't remember. It was alright. It was a different concept though. Not the way it's done here.
I've done that. I've tried dog shit in here.
Yeah.
And then like
is that when the carpet was down or?
No. So basically, what happened was I got changed in there.
Does Harry know about this?
Well,
If not, leave it off the podcast. So you're getting
He doesn't know, but I completely sorted it out. So basically, I've taken my shoes off.
Which
there.
camera's on?
I can't wait until this ends up in the WhatsApp group now.
All of seeing this. I had no part in this.
It turns out it turns out fine. So at the end of the session, I'm sat there, and actually on the way here, I'm like, what the fuck is that smell? So I was sat there, and then I'm like, I could smell it again, and then I'm like, I was talking to a couple of people at the time, and I was like, what is that smell? I was like, oh, it's me, isn't it? And so I look at my shoe, I'm like, fuck's sake. So basically, I took my shoes outside, and then saw where I'd trod it. Basically, just mopped this whole area, basically. Like, so mopped everywhere, made sure all the shit was on.
Whilst the class is on.
No, it was.
Singing out of you like, what are you doing, lad? You're like, oh, I'm just mopping. I've got OCD, mate. It's
Look at me blue balls.
But I was horrible.
Can I have a stripe on me belt?
When I realised,
Mate, I was going to clean it up and
horrified.
just fuck off. I was just going to clean it up and fuck straight out the door because it was that stinky. I think it might have been cat shit, to be honest with you. And there's different smell to it, texture, but
Taste it.
mate, it was getting to the point where I'd run out blue roll. I'm going to lick this up or something. It's going to do me in.
Muller corner, live the life.
So, all right, guys. Really, thanks for coming on, all of you.
Thanks for having me.
I love the fact that we've ended it on there talking about people treading in dogs.
Great
end point there.
Mate, if people get to that point and start commenting on it, I'm all for it.
Do you know what?
Put it at the beginning.
Whenever you start talking about shit and that, I don't know why, but it just opens the conversation to.
Yeah.
Just loads of madness.
I was thinking that.
I shit myself.
If you really watch this through, if you watch this through, because there's been a couple of ones, I'm being critical here, but you said that you hope someone gets to that point where you see this bit because it might turn off by it, it's like boring now.
Yeah.
You do little snippets of highlights, so small little highlights of the podcast at the beginning, which you then go, when's that bit come up to it?
Yeah, all right.
Might get people a bit engaged.
I'll give it a go. I hope.
Yeah.
Depends how long it's
on this episode. Blah blah blah.
Yeah. He's got me like I tried shit in the gym too.
Jack. You're
gonna
tell Harry.
Yeah. We've got Jack like being Harry. I had no part.
Well, you're definitely getting the views off Harry then, because the second he sees that, he'll be like,
I'm gonna watch it now. I'm gonna watch it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'll leave that part in as well. I can't edit that out now. Yeah, we all good?
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
all right.
enjoyed
It was a
that.
good one.
Let's cut. Thanks for watching. I should have done that. Thanks for watching.
Cheers
like,
for watching.
comment, subscribe. Thanks for coming on, gents.
Always.
All right.
and share to Facebook so your mum can see.
Nice one. Red eye.
Good, that was good, man.
mate.
Cheers, Reece.
Good laugh,
Thanks for coming on, Red Eye.
Alright, mate.
Thanks for the roll as well.